Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Nope, it's just a quick hit, and it is a Sunday, and we have some quick things to get into here today. Uh, you know, I didn't think we were going to talk about Teddy's divorce again. We're not going to talk about it the whole time. There are some little things here which we have learned since we talked about this last, and this seems to be like there seems to be things happening every single day. So here is where we are as I get comfortable here. I'm in New York City. Do I love New York? Okay, listen, there's a lot more going on. So, rumors have surfaced that Edwin is cheated as well. All of these are alleged. So we've talked about this before. Teddy had this alleged affair with her horse trainer. I look like I just rolled out of bed. Jesus fucking Christ. And that is what is out there. She It's alleged that she had an affair with her horse trainer. Look, she is not going to talk about this. She has made that very clear on her podcast. She says she will neither confirm nor deny these rumors and that there is two sides to every story. Look, when people, when I've had fallings out with people, and by the way, when you have a falling out with someone, that whole like if everyone has a problem with you, it's you. I get that. I actually get that. I don't disagree, but one could also argue that if you are secure and you are a whole person, you don't deal with gaslighting or people that don't treat you the right way. And who needs people like that in their life? So you could argue it both ways, right? Yeah, so I don't allow any, it's not that I don't allow any disrespect. You don't have to agree with me. People always apologize here for having a different opinion of me in the comments. I'm like, I would love a different opinion. You get blocked for being nasty. So you could say if someone has a problem with someone, it's them, but you also can say, when someone figures themselves out and life is so simple and you just don't allow any BS in your life because it is just noise and you just will not allow any toxic energy. It's like a friend of mine said the other day, I just want to be around happy people. When you're young, you want to go to all the cool parties and be cool. You're really cool when and it's funny how when you actually don't care is when you get invited everywhere and you're like, I don't want to go. So I don't allow that shit in my life. So when I have look, if you pay the $30 and you come to our live show and you can ask any question, everyone does always ask me about certain fallouts I've had. Pay the money and I'll talk about it there. But I agree with Teddy. Like the difference is she is a housewife. She talks about housewives on her podcast. So in a way, that is the subject matter. Here, I won't talk about any personal fallings out because that's what the live show is for. And the podcast is not really about me, although people want me to talk about myself more. I think I talk about myself enough and I'm exhausted. So I don't really blame her for not going into it on a podcast. I don't really know if there's such an obligation. I kind of agree with her at that. So what we've learned since we last talked, just to summarize it all, because there's so much out there, is she allegedly had an affair with his horse trainer. He was married at the time, and his wife at the time was also pregnant. So this is a lot of people are having a lot of issues with this. His name is Simon Schroeder. We'll have to do a deep dive. Is he like distantly related to our girl Stassi? And his wife's name is Karli Postel, or Postel. One thing, and this is no age shaming. I am so fucking old. It's just, and I don't judge people based on looks. I hate when someone says that person looks older. Well, we all look older. If it's 2 years since you've seen them in the public eye, I guarantee you, sweetheart, you look older too. This is not age shaming, but I was reading an article on everything the other day, and apparently Teddy is 43 and Edwin is 47. Now, really, this is going to sound like age shaming, but it's not. I love people that are older and have a certain age. I just am shocked that Teddy's 43. That's all. It's no age shaming at all. It's not even about her looks. I just thought Teddy was like 51. I don't know. Really, there's no shade to that. So I was shocked. So funny. My friend is wants to go to, did I tell this story already? She wants to go to Japan and she's looking into tours and she looked into Abercrombie and Kent. I don't know if you guys are travelers, but Abercrombie and Kent is like a really high-end travel tour group. I've done tour groups before and they just tend to be really high end. It's so much more money, but obviously the flights are, more luxurious in the hotels. Anyway, they got back to her, which is what I thought, and they said, yeah, the average, you'll be on a tour with all people in their 60s and 70s. And she was like, oh my God, no fucking thank you. I personally, I'm not as bad as Josh Flagg. I don't necessarily need to be friends with a whole bunch of women in their 90s, but I'm kind of like, I mean, I was like, honey, this sounds like heaven to me. I'm digressing, but going on a tour with a bunch of people in their 60s and 70s sounds amazing to me. We'll have a lovely day, then we'll go back to a lovely hotel and we'll get some sleep. Oh, sign me up. She's like, I want to go on a tour with people in their 30s basically, and I said nothing sounds worse to me. Actually, bring on the 60s and 70s. So I just was shocked to find that Teddi was that age. So that's the horse trainer's name. That's the wife. He was married at the time that she was having an affair, allegedly. And what we know now is she just had a run-in with this wife, Karli. She was in Las Vegas, which got Perez Hilton all excited because he's in Vegas. And she was at a horse show. Horsey people do horsey things. I told you guys I have a whole bunch of horsey people in my life here, like upstate, Saratoga Springs, Westchester. It's the East Coast version. But they really are all invested in this horsey stuff. So and out in the Hamptons, there's lots of horsey stuff. So she went to Las Vegas to a horse show this week. Her daughter, Slate, which is such a good name for a daughter. If I had children, I would name them Gray and Doherty. Those would be my two children's names. I will never have children, no interest. I would name my firstborn Gray, whether it was a guy or a girl, and my second child would be called Doherty, whether it was a guy or a girl. If I ever have dogs, they would also be Gray or Doherty. Never going to have children. Never going to have dogs, pretty much. Never. I'm just a lonely. I'm going to be a lonely old queen. Okay. So, but she went to see. Look, you're not going to not go see your daughter. So she went to Vegas to the horse show to see her daughter Slate in the horse show, and apparently there Karli was. Simon, who she allegedly had an affair with, ex-wife. They were both sitting in the stands. I think Karli was participating in the show herself. And we've noticed she had a wedding ring on. So she had a wedding ring on. I don't know. It sounds like these two are still possibly together, maybe not, but Karli had a wedding ring on. So picture Teddi sitting in the stands and Karli. And the rumors are that Teddi looked completely frazzled and that Karli looked completely pissed. Teddi was stunned that she was there. I mean, it's a horsey thing. Teddi, what do you expect? And that Karli looked furious. I have a picture. I'll share it. It's got to be hard. It's one thing if you are in the public eye and then an affair comes out, et cetera, et cetera. And you can't compare this Karli to like Leslie Bador, who, then went and dated David Bador, because then it's like you're asking for this. Like the person that, forgot her name, that went and married Kelsey Grammer, I see Kelsey Grammer walking down the streets of Sag Harbor all the time. And like, I swear, these people, if you didn't know it was